Hey there, how's it? We are running a little bit late today. So it is actually 5:02 West Coast time, and I'm assuming it's about 3:02 Hawaiian time, 8:02 on the East Coast. I am Mad Statter, and this is Chatter with Statter. All right, it looks like Rick is in the house, flying the forks, throwing the bees. That is right, it's the bee's knees. Okay, so slight method to the madness, although for the most part, not really. I did intend to be a little bit late, only because I knew I was going to be at least a minute late. And so I am curious with our usual tech check. I know this is a redundant, silly way to start the show. And for some reason, we do it every single time. But I'm just wondering if it is a with a 720p day with plenty options to lower. Now, see, Darlene, good to see you are in the house as well. Rick, actually, I was, and I'm sure it's a total coincidence, but I remembered last time I started like a minute late and we ended up having the options to lower. So I thought, well, gosh, what if I start a little bit late today? And so I started 2 minutes late, although I was really not shooting for the 2 minutes. I was actually shooting for the one. And I wanted to see if we would end up with lower. So, this might be something I'm going to be doing for the next couple streams, is just starting maybe a minute later or maybe a minute earlier than the top of the hour. And we can see if those lowered gears show up. I know I'm really just, making things up, I'm sure. I have no doubt in my mind that it is just a coincidence. Like you said, Rick, it's 50-50 usually, right? Luck of the draw. But, shoot, it doesn't hurt to like fiddle faddle around, right? But at the same time, if it's a strange hack that seems to work by starting like just 2 minutes later, and then we get the downgrading options, well, that seems like, I don't know, I would happily start at 5:02 if it meant that everybody could get a downgrade if they need, especially if that means that I could do a 1080 and then people can downgrade as they need, because I have the 1080 capability, but I don't necessarily want to, make my 1080 capability the default when so many people have the spinny, twitchy, twirly twitch of Twitch. So yeah. And Medium 7 Up, good to see you. I love a good fiddle faddle too. Not just fiddling and faddling with things, but the actual fiddle faddle, like the yellow popcorn stuff. Oh, so yummy. So completely yummy. Speaking of so completely yummy, hey, Ann Ware, good to see you sneaking in. It looks like we've got Elaine coming in the house as well. Before I start talking about some things and stuff, maybe I better make sure I'm saying hello to everybody. So it looks like we got Rick, we got Medium 7 Up, we got Ann, we got Darlene, and we've got Elaine. I think everybody who has said hello so far I have caught up with. And if you're not saying hello and you're just lurking, hi there, lurkers. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here anyway. Feel free to chatterbox with the Statterbox. But if you just want to hang out and listen to the chatter scatter, then by all means, do what makes you comfortable. Looks like Kenny from the Cove is in the house as well. All right, so we've got some folks chilling over there, literally chilling over there in the Midwest. I'm not sure exactly how cold it is, but I'm sure we will eventually get to that topic. All right, so as I was about to babble about fiddle faddle, the yummy corn, popcorn stuff, and various and assorted snacks, so I ended up with a wide variety of crack seed in my house. And I was explaining to my boss what it was, and she just like wasn't comprehending any of it. So I brought a bunch of the crack seed over to my work yesterday, and my boss and I sat down and had a little crack seed taste test. And boy, oh boy, she is brave. And not only is she brave, I think I turned her into a crackhead. Dude, she was all, okay, so she opens up the lime balls, And I'd never had the lime ball, so because I'm a wuss, I guess, I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna, just eat a bite of the lime ball. And it's super good, by the way. But she just popped the whole thing in her mouth and she was like, oh, this tastes so good. And she's like, it kind of has a floral taste. She's like, it kind of tastes like the hair care section in the drugstore smells. I don't know what she meant by that, but she went and ate another one, And so she was grinding on the peach, the plum, the cherry. Oh, dude, she was all over it. And even her dogs were like, give me some of that. And one of the dogs was like, oh, never mind. But the other dog also turned into a crackhead and was just like all over the salty plum and the salty plum and what was it? The other one the peach. The peach. Oh God, the dog went nuts for the peach. The dog did not like the cherry so much, which was okay because I really liked the cherry and I was just like, well, that's just more for me then. So, yeah, medium 7-Up. That right. So I thought of that drop, right, where you kind of tricked Mariana into eating the whole thing, or at least didn't warn her not to, right? And so I was trying to warn my boss, like, hey, just take a bite. But before I could even say anything, she just popped that whole lime ball right in her mouth and was just all, yeah, she was having it. She had no problem, had absolutely no problem with the salty sweet flavors. Totally. Like I said, basically, I turned her into a crackhead. So I didn't mean to turn my boss into a crackhead, but I turned my boss into a crackhead. What are you gonna do? Yep, exactly. So that was the wonderful little snack attack that I had yesterday with my boss, and luckily I left all of the crack seed at the at work, so I won't be tempted to eat more at home, because I have I can't even tell you how many bags I've got. We didn't even get to open all of them, because it's kind of crack seed's kind of, I mean, you can only eat so much, right? It's a very intense flavor. So, and Darlene, no, that's exactly right. Now she's all, where do you get this stuff? That is exactly it. And so I'm going to have to send her a link, because this was mail order snacks, right? This is not, I mean, you can get some of the stuff, at the local Asian marts, actually I've got, I've got my seedless plum right here. I had this before I got the mail order stuff. And the yeah, so you can get some of them at the Asian food stores, but not the wide variety. I mean, there was some things, there was sweet tamarind, like the lime ball. I had never seen lime ball. And then the peach, there was two kinds of peaches. One of them was actually peach. The other one was called peach, but it's actually plum. So I don't really understand about that. So if all y'all can explain why the peach crack seed is sometimes a peach, it says so in the ingredients, peach, but then the other peach one, it said peach, but then in parentheses it said plum, and on the ingredients it said plum, but they both looked the same. They did not taste the same, but they both looked the same. So I was a little confused about that. So, Cindy Krause, since you lived in Hawaii, maybe you might be able to explain to me why the peach is sometimes plum and why the plum is sometimes peach. I'm not really quite sure about that. And yes, Kenny, I did get the pecans, and in fact, I took a bag to work to share with my boss and her husband, and yeah, I mean, I realize that those pecans aren't crack, but they might as well have been crack because that bag did not last very long at all. I don't even think it lasted 24 hours in their house. The one bag that I brought over. So I will, not be bringing over any more bags because clearly they'll be gone in a heartbeat, and gall dung it, I want some of those pecans for myself. So thank you so much, Kenny, for re-upping my my candied pecan supply from Buc-ee's. Tell you what, you guys, I don't know if Buc-ee's has an online ordering situation, but if you are a fan of candied pecans, Darlene, I'm looking in your direction because it looks like you might be a fan of the candied pecans. Buc-ee's, Buccee, is the store that Kenny gets the magic stuff from. And they've got a wide variety of different types of candied pecans. Like there's honey glazed and there's toffee coated and there's like cinnamon sugar. I haven't tried the cinnamon sugar ones yet, but the honey glazed and the toffee coated, boy howdy, my friend. Super, super tasty. If you like candied pecans, I strongly suggest that you go check out Buc-ee's, because Buc-ee's has the candied pecans. Their candied pecans game is strong. Wrong. Yeah, exactly, dude. What is not to like about candied pecans? I mean, first off, pecans are delicious, right? I mean, even without them being candied. And then you add candy? Whoa, okay. Okay, let's do that. So Cindy, okay, probably something lost in translation in regards to the peach and the plum. That totally makes sense. So let's see here. Candied anything, probably not in your diet these days. Well, that's true, Rick. However, nor should it be necessarily, but, I was thinking, so I think it was Darlene who was saying, like, if you bake a squash, to put some nuts on top of it. So I was thinking that those candied pecans on top of one of those squashes might be really, really tasty. Hey, Poppy Shaney, good to see you. I have to thank you so much for sending me those videos of the Sharks game. In fact, I'm kind of feeling under the weather today, so I lined up a couple things to throw on the screen in case my brain was not functioning properly. And your videos are in the lineup. I can't wait to show them because, quite honestly, even though it's not the actual hockey game, like, I don't know, those videos were super awesome. I really appreciate, and I'm super stoked that you sent them to me. In fact, actually, you know what? Why don't we just get into that right now? So this is a series of videos that Poppy Shaney filmed from I'm assuming from his seats that he's got. He's a season ticket holder for the San Jose Sharks hockey team, and so I'm going to assume that the video was for the most part filmed from those seats. And all I can say is, oh, those seats are nice, dude. I would love to go catch a flippin' flirpin' game with all y'all if ever the circumstances allow for it. Yeah, let's do hockey action. And Pacola T, excellent. Good to see you. E-Music, good to see you sliding in. Anybody else that I missed? It looks like maybe not. So, yeah, so I'm going to show these videos. Oh, before I show the videos, how about I do what I need to do, and I always forget to do, which is getting the Lono music going. All right, so now that I got the Lono music going, I'm going to start the videos that Poppy Shaney sent me I hope that it's okay to share them. I assume, Poppy, that when you sent them to me, it was okay to share them. So I'm going to assume I have your permission. And yeah, so we're going to be watching it. There's no sound on these videos because there's a couple songs on there. Ride the Lightning by Metallica for certain would get me copyright stricken in about two shakes of a lamb's tail. So we're going to have to mute the situation. So, okay, cool. All right. So excellent. Good. Before I show it, Poppy Shaney's actually giving me permission, which is fantastic. Probably should have asked. All right. So here we go. This is what I'm going to just assume is the opposing team, because I know it's not the Sharks, and they're coming out. You know, this is just the warm-up situation, and this is the shot, the angle. Oh, all right. Let's try this one more time. This video is the video that made me say, boy howdy, them some awesome seats. I was very impressed. Cannot tell you how impressed I was. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins. Fantastic. I am not so sharp when it comes to hockey teams, and I knew that they had to be something Penguins because it looked like there was a penguin on their jersey, but I truly had no idea. I truly had no idea what team it really was. So, okay, Pittsburgh Penguins against the Sharks. The Sharks are obviously in the watercolored uniforms. The Penguins are in the white and the gold. And so, yeah, this is not even the game, right? You know, it's just the warm-up stuff. But yeah, dude, that is, I feel like, almost every single person on this feed is probably going to hit Poppy Shaney up at one point. Just be like, okay, so can I go to the hockey game now? Okay, so can I go to the hockey game with you? Okay, so how many more hockey seats do you have? Because I need to go too. Yeah, I have a feeling that people are going to be lining up for this view. Looks like we got some Raiders into house. All right, Terry from Scotland, thanks so much coming in. Photo Luke coming in. Looks like Pinnell also coming in the house. Excelente. Yeah, right now we're just watching a video that Poppy Shaney created for us. And and welcome Raiders of the Lost Bus. That's exactly it, Rick. Good job. So this is just basically random video of warm-ups and intros that Poppy was taking video of, but I don't know, it's still kind of fun to watch. I mean, I have to say, you know, like, just look at what this dude is doing with just the little practice. That looks so simple, right? I don't think I could do that with a puck on not ice. On not ice on not skates, like on the bare ground. I don't think I could do the stick control, the puck and the stick, and it just, it just seems so. Once the stick is involved, you know, be it the hockey stick or the lacrosse. I don't know what the lacrosse tool is, but you know, the net on the stick. Those things are just amazing to me. Like, to have the control of the puck or the ball, depending, or I don't really know if it's a ball in lacrosse, but you guys know what I'm saying. On the end of that stick is just super, it's just super impressive, I have to say. And then not to mention, you know, the seats where it's just like, you're right up there at the goal, and I can only assume, like, I can't remember who it was. It was either Pokolati or Anware talking about how the boom, the puck hitting the glass, you know, total shocker in the face, right? It just what great seats. So yeah, and then this, I couldn't figure out what in the Flying Fork this was all about. And then when I saw the next video, I was like, oh, right, of course, I get it now. So this is the dropping of the dramatic, I don't know, the dramatic scarves, the hidden, what's behind the veil, I guess, is what we're all wondering right here, right? So, yeah, cool, Terry. Excellent. Glad that you got the bus in gear to head on over here. And then what was behind the thingamajiggy? It was the shark head. That's right. And this apparently is how the Sharks enter the rink to actually start the game. And if I didn't have this on mute right now, you would be listening to Metallica's Ride the Lightning, which happens to be a really awesome intro song for the Bay Area, the San Jose Sharks. Metallica being a band from the Bay Area, Ride the Lightning being a pretty intense song with good guitar riffs. But as we all probably know, Metallica is not one to shy away from copyright strikes. So, yeah, we're not playing the music right now. Michi Mama, yay, you're here. Can't believe you can actually watch and listen to this stream. Yes, so I'm so glad that you are here as well. And I know, right, Medium 7-Up? That is quite an entrance. Precisely. I mean, it's just like they lower a shark's head and then the gleaming red eye of the shark and the steam coming out of the shark's mouth. You know, they, clearly know how to put on a show. I don't know how the Seattle Kraken make their entrance, but I will tell you what, they have big shoes to fill when it comes to keeping up with how the Sharks make an entrance. And that's exactly right, Poppy Shady. Lars Ulrich would definitely copyright us. I mean, he was the one who led the charge against Napster. And in retrospect, I suppose he was right. I will grudgingly admit that he might have been onto something in regards to Napster being the start of the demise of the music industry and how musicians get paid. But at the same time, I don't know, sometimes it's funny to laugh at Lars Ulrich, right? Yeah. And yes, and where you did make me watch the Minnesota hockey hair videos, and if I had been thinking, I would have went and found those videos and at least threw one of them in, because those hockey hair videos are hysterical. You guys, if you go to YouTube and just put in hockey hair videos, and you will see some of the most 1970s mullet action flowing. I mean, these guys love their mullets. It's the best set of videos ever. Hey, Vanilla Coke Pepsi, good to see you here. We were just watching some hockey warm-ups and intros that Poppy Shaney videoed earlier this week down in the Bay Area. And it was the Sharks versus the Penguins. So let's see here. Yes, Canadians are the hockey masters. Yeah, well, the Canadian teams weren't there. It was just the Penguins versus the Sharks. So perhaps next time a Canadian team comes down to San Jose and Poppy Shaney has tickets, he can maybe snap some of the intro, or maybe even snap some of the game. I don't really know if it's legal for me to like rebroadcast parts of the game, but I think we also know that I've done things that are of questionable legal status, what was Statterbox at the cinema. So, you know, sometimes it's a line I'm willing to cross, not necessarily for musicians, which does bring me back to Lars Ulrich really did have a point. But when it comes to the sports broadcasts or the movies, well, I guess I'm inconsistent with my morals. What can I say? Okay, and where you're right. So actually, if you really want the good videos, YouTube search all hockey hair team. That is right. Hey, Sue Honda, good to see you. I didn't see you sneaking in, but it looks like you are. So, I am glad to see you in the house. Terry in Scotland, the British royal family like to play horse hockey. Is that another name for polo? And I suppose polo would have been... Polo for sure is one of those impressive games where you're on a horse and you've got a stick that you're trying to do stuff with. It is kind of impressive. I am definitely not, I'm not trying to downplay, and I'm assuming that's what horse hockey is polo. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Yeah. C Honda, you don't skate well, but you have a desire to hip check. Well, C Honda, first off, this Derby girl is proud of the Derby girl inside of you. Hip checking, though, you don't even need to be on skates to hip check. I have hip checked people at the grocery store. I have hip checked people in line at sporting events. If they're in my way and they're not doing what they need to do. Now, one thing you should never do is don't ever hip check anyone in your car, because it's actually your car that's hip checking their car, and that's bad. But I can tell you that I've thought about it and and wanted to hip check people in my car, but so let's see here. Yeah, exactly, Darlene. Polo is hard. You're on an animal and you've got a stick and you're trying to hit a ball. It just, Let's see here. Elium01, Mad Statter. Are I a he, him? No, I am a she, her. Thank you for asking, though. And thank you so much for stopping by the way. You are now part of the Statterbox crew. We are sitting here talking about not much anything, but we are sort of talking about hockey, but not really, but kinda. So if you've got something to say about hockey, sorta, or kinda, throw it in the chat box. We might grab it and run with it. So let's see here. Boop-a-doo. So, oh no, Terry, after C Honda, your magical moderator left. Your game had 3 crashes in 5 minutes. That is right. That is all her fault. Poppy Shani, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Michimama. You know, I think I missed a gift sub that somebody gave earlier, and I apologize for that. I'm not sure if it was Poppy Shani or if it was Kenny from the Cove, but I believe there was another gift sub up that I missed, and I am so sorry for that, but thank you so much for gift subbing. And Ann Ware says, the polo mallets are fairly small at the mallet end. I think they have to be pretty precise to play polo. Yeah, I would think so. Because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, how big? Yeah, gosh, you know, I mean, really, a horse is so huge. Like, even if a mallet was twice as big as the croquet type mallet, that's still pretty tiny, you know, considering the length away you are from the ball. Because, you know, horses are tall and stuff. So let's see here. Pocola T, slashing is your favorite penalty. Some days you'd like to slash people who are being idiots. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, slashing can do real damage, though. That's true. But sometimes that's what you want to do because people make you angry. I'm not suggesting that you do it. Just like the urge to hip check people while you're driving your car, don't do it. Just fantasize about doing it, but don't do it. Or, I mean, you can do it, but I didn't tell you to do it. Let me just tell you that. Rick, thank you for coming in. It was Poppy Shaney earlier, too. Generous support there. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Poppy Shaney, for all the support that you've given the stream over the months, and especially today. You've created some serious content, and you've been throwing out the subs. Excellent day. So let's see here. What? And where the mallet ends are more narrow than a croquet mallet? What? And yeah, they're longer though. God, I hope they're longer, right? I mean, come on. I already feel like I have to practically get on my knees with just when I'm on the ground with regular croquet mallet, for goodness sake. I would like to think that they're longer. But the mallet ends are actually more narrow. That's insane. I mean, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I'm judging. That's insane. Yes. And, yeah, high sticking. Honestly, high sticking, I don't understand. I mean, I guess it becomes so ingrained in your hockey physical motions not to do that. But I don't understand. I mean, if anytime I have a hockey stick in my hand, I end up accidentally high sticking. I mean, you know, obviously I'm not playing on ice, and obviously I'm not really playing in a serious game, but high sticking just happens, dude. That's how you hold it. I mean, it's obvious it's not how you're supposed to hold it. It's how I hold it. And yeah, I just don't understand how more people don't high stick just on accident. But yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, Vanilla Coke Pepsi, you needed to drink a whole liter of maple syrup after talking about hockey. Get you back to sanity. Oh, really, Pinnell? Polo ponies aren't really that tall? Oh, I didn't know that. Honestly, I just sort of thought they were regular-sized horses, and when you refer to them as polo ponies, that leads me to a question. Are they actual ponies? Like they're younger horses, which is maybe why they're not that tall? Do they use younger horses for polo matches, not full-grown tall kind? Or are you just using the term polo pony because that's what they call them, but they really are full-grown, they're just tinier? I think we all know I don't know much, right? So I'm just curious, when you say polo pony, do you mean pony pony, or do you just mean that's what they're called even though they're grown-up horses? So, see, Honda, when I walk on the sidewalk and someone rides their bicycle on there with me, you're very tempted to hip check. I can appreciate that logic. And reverse, actually, there's a place on the West Seattle beach called Alki that has a huge bike lane and an even huger sidewalk. I mean, the sidewalk is 2 lanes of traffic wide because it's got a lot of foot traffic in this particular area. And I'll tell you what, dude, nobody walks on the sidewalk. They all walk in the bike lane. And as a bicyclist, I kind of get annoyed and I kind of want to run people over with my bike. In fact, once I didn't run anyone over, but it was a group of teenagers that were, got off my lawn. I was feeling old. They were young teenagers. They were walking, 10 across the flippin', okay, maybe it was only 5 across the bike lane. And I refused to go around them. I busted right through the middle of them. And I was just like, bicycle lane is for biking. Sidewalk is for walking. And I'm sure they made fun of me after I rode off. I don't care. I still yelled at them like an old granny. I didn't tell them to get off my lawn, but I did tell them to get out of my bike lane. Kenny from the Cove, thanks for the 100 biddies. So awesome. Yeah, and where I might, I don't know if I'll be able to set up that hockey hair video without messing up, without going black screen. So I don't know if we'll be able to do that today, but I'm going to write it down because we might have to watch a hockey hair video in the near future. So let's see here. Hey, well, now that's a good question, eMusic. Is polo the reason for saying get off your high horse? I don't know. But if somebody does know, I'd be stoked to let's find out. And Terry, yeah, okay, all right, Terry, you can hip check people with the party bus all the time. You even knocked Andy into the weeds once, but that was an accident. Yeah, now, Terry in Scotland with your European truck driving simulator, or the American one. Yeah, that's the funnest part about check. Seriously, guys, if you want to hip check someone in a vehicle, go check out Terry in Scotland's gaming stream. He drives around Europe, sometimes the United States, it all depends, in this, in a bus. It's a bus driving simulator, and he has no problems hip checking people, driving into railings, rear-ending people, whatever. And seriously, it's part of the fun of the game, is just wrecking havoc on traffic. And so he fully loves to hip check people in his party bus, and that is part of the fun of the party bus, is the hip checking action. So let's see here. Yeah, Poppy Shaney, it's funny. Okay, so Poppy Shaney says to Darlene, at times it can be rough. Unfortunately, hockey doesn't translate great to TV. In person, you can see how fast they skate, how hard they hit, how athletic they are when skating. That is kind of a similar problem with roller derby. There's so much fast action that it's difficult, unless you're there in person, it really is difficult to get a feel for the athletic prowess, the painful hits, and just the nuances of the particular game. I've only seen hockey on television or movies, but I can absolutely appreciate where you're coming from a roller derby perspective, on how not really comprehending how fast it is, how hard they hit. Yeah, that sort of explains why roller derby doesn't really translate well to a video format as well. You really want to be there. So let's see here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Picolatino is exactly what we're talking about. Nothing beats being there rinkside, without a doubt. Such fast action. Okay, so Penel, ponies are small even when grown. Really? 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 Because I mean, obviously you can tell I'm having a hard time wrapping my brain around this. I thought that pony was like a teenaged horse or something. Like, there's the little, not the calf, what is it? The foal, there's the little baby, and then there's the halfway grown up, and that's the pony, I thought. And then there's the horse. But you're telling me that horses are actually ponies instead of, like ponies are actually full-grown horses. Okay. I guess Shetland ponies, I guess I knew that, didn't I? But I guess I didn't. I don't really know. Okay. Oh no, Vanilla Coke Pepsi. You spilt a Mickey of maple syrup on the Chesterfield after you arguing with a few hosers. Oh no. Did you scrap over their toque? I had a friend once who went to Canada, and some random dude was just like, I'll scrap you for your jacket. And he was like, it wasn't like they got into an argument. It was just like, hey, I'll fight you just to fight you, and let's put our jackets up for winnings or something. I don't know if he did fight him or not, but he thought it was really weird that some random dude just wanted to scrap you for your jacket. Yep. So let's see here. Yeah, drink the syrup. Everything will be better if you drink the syrup, Vanilla Coke Pepsi. So let's see here. Oh, awesome, dude. Terry in Scotland, thank you so much for continuing the sub. I'm super stoked. Let's see here. And where you whispered the link, but it'd wreck your screen. No worries. Yeah, and actually, oddly enough, I don't have my Twitch up right now. I'm working straight through OBS, and so the whisper hasn't even... it might have come through, but I don't have access to it. But once I pop on another video, I might see if I can go get it. Yeah, go get it. So let's see here. Terry bus check us and where Terry bus checked a car just before a show. I'm not surprised. It's part of the fun of Terry's show, like I was saying, man. Let's see here. Vanilla Coke Pepsi talking to Kenny from the Cove. I know, bud. I need to sit down with you and get a 2-4 Mickeys of maple syrup and kerfuffle over youth. That's hysterical. And I don't know if now when you say a 2-4 of Mickey's there, Vanilla Coke, are you talking about Mickey's malt liquor, or is Mickey's something different up in Canada? I do know what a 2-4 is. That's a 24 pack of beer, y'all. It might be a 24 pack of soda pop too, or maybe even a 24 pack of maple syrup. So a 2-4 up in Canada is, a case, a big old case of drinky drinks. But I'm curious, when you say Mickey's, do you mean Mickey's malt liquor, or what is Mickey's up in Canada? So okay, so Ann Ware also coming in. Ponies are different than horses. Okay. All right. What do you know? I didn't know that. Foal. There we go. Foal. All right. So ponies. So Vanilla Coke Pepsi knew what I know. Everybody but me knows that ponies are a whole different animal. They're like a tiny seal of horse. Okay. All right. And Terry in Scotland coming in with the truth. Ponies are ponies. Horses are horses. Okay. Wow. I honestly, isn't it funny how you can go through your entire life with this framework of reality? And my framework of reality was you had a foal. The foal turned into a pony. The pony turned into a horse. That's how it worked. It's not how it works. Not how it works at all. Oh, Vanilla Coke Pepsi, that's quite common up here in the Great North to scrap people over their winter clothing. Get into a few brawls myself in the olden days when I was a wee Canuck. Funny, that's cute. All right, so there you go. Scrap you for your toque. What do you say? Oh, okay. So Rick is coming in with the Google drop of knowledge. Google says pony refers to equines that are under 14.2 hands high. Horses, on the other hand, are over 14.2 hands high. Of course, there you go. Simple as that. Okay, so vanilla Coke Pepsi, a 2-4 means a 24 pack of alcohol. That much I knew. And a Mickey is a 351 milliliter of any drink. That I did not know. 351 milliliters. How big is that? Let me check my milliliters in here. Oh, so it's basically a 12 fluid ounce can of whatever. Because this would be a Mickey? I mean, well, this is 355 milliliters. So it's 4 milliliters too big to be a Mickey. But a can of something is a Mickey vanilla Coke Pepsi? Is that what I'm understanding? We're learning Canadian vocabularies today. Well, Picola Tea, it would be a lot less painful to just swap winter clothes, right? But who gets the better winter clothes? Like, who gets the warmer jacket? Well, you gotta scrap for it, right? That's how that goes. Pinnell, it's a half a bottle of spirit, so it's not necessarily a can of anything, right? It's the... Right. Hey, vanilla Coke Pepsi, I do love it when neighbors down south try to educate themselves on their neighbors up in the Arctic. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm not succeeding, but I'm trying. So Ann Ware tells me, foal to yearling, yearling to horse, then they're all growed up. Okay. Poppy Shaney, foal for female newborn horse, colt for male newborn. Honestly, I did have a feeling that there was a different name for the baby horses depending upon the gender, but I couldn't remember, didn't know much, don't know what I'm talking about. List of the reasons why I didn't get to colt. But, okay, that makes sense. Let's see here. Oh, really? Okay, so, Ann Ware, to further muddy the waters, never call a miniature horse a pony. Their owners get all upset if you call them a pony. Help me, please. So if a pony is under 14.2 hands high, what is a miniature horse? Like what I guess what I'm asking is what differentiates a miniature horse from a pony? I guess is what I'm asking. See, Honda, was Flicka a pony or a horse? I have no idea. I never read the book My Friend Flicka, so I don't know. But the Black Stallion, he was a horse, from what I understand. So, Terry in Scotland, so it takes 8 people to measure a pony? That's hysterical. Vanilla Coke Pepsi, it is a Canadian fight. Every punch we take, we say sorry, so we make up and go down to the rink afterwards and act like the bestest buds. I don't think that's a Canadian thing, my friend. I think that's a dude thing. I don't know what it is about dudes, and after they throw fisticuffs, they suddenly become the best friends in the world, but they do. I've seen it in roller derby so many times. In fact, there was a roller derby event that literally less than 5 minutes into the game, there was a kerfuffle so brutal between 2 opposing players that medics had to be called. Like, we thought we were going to have to call an ambulance. It was kind of a big deal. So both of them, boom, you're out. They were just both, it's like, you don't get to play in this game anymore. So that was like 5 minutes into the first half. By halftime, the 2 that got into the kerfuffle that the medics needed to be called for, that we thought we were going to need to call an ambulance for, yeah, dude, they were drunk on the sidelines, hooting and hollering, arms around each other, loving each other like brothers. They were the best of friends. I don't get it. I don't get it. So let's see here. Cindy Krause is asking Rick, so a pony is a horse if small stature? See, I'm still so confused. And let's see here. Medium 7 Up. That is hysterical. You worked with a 30-year-old guy who one day ran around asking everyone, did you know that pickles are cucumbers? Which he had just learned. That's hysterical. That is so funny. And I mean, technically speaking, that's not really true in the sense that you can pickle a lot of vegetables. And some things that we call pickles that look like cucumbers, like the cornichon or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that. Technically speaking, they're not cucumbers. The things that they make the cornichons, the little babies, those are actually not cucumbers. But yeah, I mean, most of the other pickles in American world is totally cucumbers. That is so cute that he didn't know that. Now I don't feel so bad. So okay, so vanilla Coke Pepsi, it is the average pop can is $3.51 in Canada. So any canned beverage is a Mickey. Oh, so it doesn't have to be like a tiny bottle of booze? Because Panel made it sound like it needed to be a tiny bottle of booze. Okay, so we're learning all sorts of things. Mickeys can be boozy or non-alcoholic. Mickeys can come in bottles or cans. A 2-4 is a 24-pack of alcohol. So Panel, all right. Oh, we've got a scrap for the ages between two Canucks. Panel's saying no, small bottles are the Mickeys. Vanilla Coke Pepsi saying no, any beverage of any size or that particular size is a Mickey. All right, let's see how this develops. We might have Canadian Civil War at hand. We might have a Canadian Civil War at hand. So let's see here. Okay, so Ann Ware coming in with the gender identities of baby horses. Foal is technically neutral. Colt is male. Filly is female. Okay. Now see, I did know that Filly was a female horse, but I always associated it with... Well, okay, no. So fillies are... I always thought that... I didn't think of fillies as babies, but now that I think about it, I suppose they kind of are. Because fillies are a girl horse before she's had a baby, right? And once she's had a baby, she becomes a mare. I didn't grow up on the farm. Can you tell? I did not grow up on the farm. My dad did. My dad's probably rolling over in his grave right now with all these ridiculous questions, but oh well. Okay, so miniature horses are horses with dwarfism. So how does dwarfism manifest in a horse? Is the body the same size with the shorter legs? Is everything tinier? I don't know. And Medium 7-Up's coming in here with Lil Sebastian as a miniature horse. That's cool, but I don't know what Lil Sebastian is. So I'm going to pretend that that I didn't see that. So let's see here. Flicka was a horse. Okay. Panel, maybe a pony is sturdier? I can't answer that question, but I like how you're thinking, because Shetland ponies really do look like they're very sturdy. So, let's see here. All right, so Vanilla Coke Pepsi, he's clearing up his Canadian jargon. Just for use guys, utes, yints, as they say in, I think, Pittsburgh, who aren't getting the Arctic slang. Canuck equals Canadian. Hoser equals dumb person. Keener equals stuck-up people. Kerfuffle equals a commotion. There we go. I love the word kerfuffle. So, so let's see here. Okay, so both Ann Ware and Poppy Shaney have some serious background in the horse arena, so to speak. I didn't no pun intended. Let's see here. I know, right, Pacola T? girl fights never turn into BFF sessions. I've never seen two chicks throw down and then walk away like, oh yeah, we're all good. Let's go get a beer. Nope. So, yeah, let's see here. So the Russians pickled Lenin and Stalin. Well, actually, I mean, I think they pickled Lenin really well, didn't they? I mean, he's still looking pretty good for someone who's been dead for as long as he has. Yeah, so there you go. And Vanilla Coke Pepsi, it is pretty true if you think about it. Canada is just America, but Arctic. That's right. It has more bears. Vanilla Coke. No, medium 7-Up. Sorry, I was getting my soda pops confused. Medium 7-Up. Are you serious? The guy who didn't know about the pickles worked in a grocery store? I kind of love this guy that you're talking about because I have some really stupid ideas. You know, ideas like ponies are just not... ponies are teenaged horses, right? And, yeah, okay. There you go. We live with our own reality, don't we? We really do. And, so dude code, fight, get some respect, get over it, hang out together. Yeah, chick code does not include that at all. Nope. Not even. So, let's see here. Hello. Let's see here. Mele Schreibed. Gosh, you know what? Mele Schreib T. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but good morning to you. It is evening over here in the west coast of the United States of America, but I'm so glad you're able to join us. Thanks for being a first-time chatter. You're now part of the Statterbox crew. We are now talking about, we're talking about horses. We were talking about hockey, but then we started talking about horses. And, yeah, there you go. And where? Okay, so the miniature horses, it's just, everything's just tinier. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, you know, being a rancher, I can't even imagine how difficult... Well, actually, I can kind of imagine how difficult it is. There was a Netflix show called The Ranch, and it had Sam Elliott and Ashton Kutcher and Hyde from That 70s Show. Danny Masterson. He was on it for a while, but then they had to say, yeah, you can't work here anymore. Anyway, super good show. If you haven't seen The Ranch... like I said, I think it's on Netflix, and it's, I don't know, 5 or 6 seasons long, but the story arc, it's sort of a complete story. They wrap things up quite nicely, and holy crumb, dude, you learn a lot about ranching, in just by watching that show, and all of the random obstacles that can literally ruin your ranch that come up, you know, from water access to not breeding your animals properly. And this, I can't even get into it, but yeah, dude, ranching does not seem like, it's no wonder that people are going out of that business. It's hard. So, okay, see, Honda, a horse is a horse, of course, but if it's short, it's a dwarf or a pony. I guess that's, yeah, I guess, you know, see, Honda, you and I think, are still stuck on the same page. Like, I think I get it, but I'm pretty sure I still don't. So there you have it. Yeah, and where I've heard that Shetland ponies can be really stubborn. Absolutely. No, and, not only stubborn, the sort of, I've heard that they can be stubborn, much like donkeys, but I don't know if they can be as dangerous as donkeys. I've heard of donkeys that have, like, actually killed cougars, or maybe not a cougar, but like a bobcat. And I've also heard of a donkey that took out a rattlesnake. Donkeys are remarkably agile when they want to protect their people. when they want to do whatever it is that they do. So let's see here. Yeah, Kenny from the Cove. Girl fights are scary violent. Yeah, and they don't end. Like, they won't end until forcibly removed from the venue. There's no, yeah, they don't, there's no happy ending. Yes, Mitchie Mama, did someone say horse? Sorry, you fell asleep. Yeah, we've been talking about the difference between horses and ponies and foals and colts and fillies and I think those are it. So yeah, there you go. So, Vanilla Coke Pepsi, I've only seen girls fight and become friends after it was in boxing. Well, right. That's not the type of girl fight I'm talking about. Precisely. Once it's in a controlled circumstance like the martial arts or a boxing scenario, then yeah, that's part of the code of training for that type of thing. But when it comes to, chicks who want to throw down in the locker room or at a restaurant or at the club, yeah, that never ends with mutual respect and adoration. Yeah, exactly. And boxing really gets the conflict out in the ring, and then you can get on with being pals. Exactly. So, it is definitely not, that's an in the ring kind of thing when it comes to the girls. So, Picola T, Pickle Guy is a true hoser. Nice. So, okay, Terry in Scotland, the oldest living horse on record was a miniature horse affected by dwarfism named Angel, who lived with the Horse Protection Society of North Carolina and lived to be over 50 years old. The current record holder for the world's smallest horse also is a horse affected by dwarfism called Thumbelina. And, oh my God, she's fully mature but stands at 17 inches tall and weighs 60 pounds. That's the cutest. That's a cute baby horse. Oh my goodness gracious. I want that horse right now. Oh my gosh. Just Mele is fine. Good. Excellent, Mele. I like how we can shorten it up because I can do that one. Super stoked that you are here today. And just so you know, we are here gathering on Statter with Chatter okay, this is West Coast United States of America time. You're going to have to do your own math. Sorry. But 5 p.m. West Coast time, United States of America, is when on Wednesdays and Sundays, Chatter with Statter starts. And then every Saturday, we gather here as well, only 6 p.m. West Coast United States of America time. 6 p.m. West Coast time is when we start the movie. And we have a movie, basically, for Statterbox at the cinema. This weekend, we are going to be watching a movie donated by Andre called The Descendants, and it's a George Clooney film. It takes place in Hawaii. I have never seen it, so whether or not it's a tearjerker, I have no idea. But my best guess is it probably is, so maybe not as big of a tearjerker as Whale Rider, but be sure to have your tissues on hand. Yes. So let's see here. Cool. Excellent. I am super stoked that everybody is giving Mele a lovely, lovely welcome with open arms. Yes, of course. We are, of course, getting back to talking about weather because everybody's got some serious weather. And Photo Luke, you saw the show, The Ranch. Wasn't that just, first off, who doesn't love Sam Elliott? So how can you not love that show? But that was such a great, storyline, such a great story arc. I love how they literally brought it, that kind of full circle from, losing the ranch to, well, I'm not going to spoiler alert it, but, such a great series. So I really encourage you guys, if you have access to Netflix, see if The Ranch is still streaming on it. I'm pretty sure it is because I think it was a Netflix show. So I'm guessing that Netflix doesn't really cancel those. but I actually don't know. But yeah, check it out if you're interested. And seriously, if you're interested in Sam Elliott is like one of the stars of the show. So come on, you guys, it's Sam Elliott. You're gonna like it, because who doesn't like Sam Elliott? I mean, okay. If you don't like Sam Elliott, I can see why you might be unwilling to admit it, because clearly I'm a fan, but I won't hold it against you. I just have to wonder why. But seriously, who doesn't like Sam Elliott? So Pinnell is throwing down with the Canadian Civil War even more. Similar to 2-4, Canadians have their own way to describe certain sizes of hard alcohol. A Mickey refers to a 375 milliliter, we're metric, remember, bottle of alcohol. Actually, I think that 375 milliliters is how we sell our alcohol down here too, because like there's the 750 mil, and then there's the half of that size, which would be the 375. So I know exactly what you're talking about now. Now that you bring up the 375, see the 351, that confused me, but 375, I know exactly the bottle size you're referring to. And okay, so that is a Mickey. Gotcha. And then wait, I don't know what that last bit says. So despite the name, a Texas Mickey is 100% Canadian. I don't know what that Russian word is, so there we go. Let's see here. Yeah, vanilla Coke, Pepsi. Ranching is getting decimated by big farm companies. Yeah, agriculture is turning into industrialized agriculture, and ranching is what it is. So, yeah. Oh, Mele, don't worry about your English. You're doing just fine and dandy. And, if we don't understand something that you typed, we're going to assume that it was just an accidental typo, and we might ask you about it again. But the thing is even the folks who speak English on this chat, sometimes we spell stuff really wrong, and we don't know what the heck they're talking about either. So don't even worry. Yeah, you don't apologize. You're good to go. So let's see here. Oh, Anne, I've never heard of this show. So Anne Ware says, another cool ranchy show is McLeod's Daughters. It's an Australian show. It gets very soap opera-y after the first few seasons. Okay. Well, the ranch actually kind of has its own little, it's got its own drama and soap opera tales. You've got, characters who get pregnant, or characters who are running around cheating on people, getting pregnant by people that they maybe shouldn't be getting pregnant by, and people with drug addictions, and people, this, that, and the other. I mean, like, it's got a lot of good stories. Yeah. Oh, sorry about the link you posted by mistake. No, that's okay. Actually, I'm surprised you were able to post the link. I thought I had turned that off. I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck it is that I'm gonna have to go back into my settings. So, and where you learned on a very stubborn Shetland pony, but he was gentle with you. Good. Exactly, Darlene. Donkeys are great watch animals, and exactly, Picolati, donkeys can be very badass. I mean, very badass. Yeah, for sure. So, yep. Yeah, oh, nice. You got a little bit of spring weather today after 2 months of gray and cold. Awesome. That is really nice. 2 months of gray and cold is a little bit on the long side for sure. We had some super unusually chilly weather in Seattle, where I'm located, between Christmas and New Year's, and it was totally snowed in, and just the week of being snowed in was enough to drive me nuts. So 2 months of gray and cold, and then a nice little spring burst. Gotta love it. Oh yeah. And we're throwing down all the horsies. So let's see here. What? Really, Mele? You're asking Kenny which Frankfurt, East or West? We have two cities with that name. You live in the East in a very historical, nice town, very lovely place. I didn't know that there was two Frankfurts. Awesome. See, learn something new every day. Awesome. So what you're saying is there was a Frankfurt. Now, are you saying, yeah, so there's like a Frankfurt East Germany, Frankfurt West Germany back when they used to be East and West and they were two separates? Or is it one city that, no. Yeah, two separates is what you were saying, right? So, hey, brother Bruce, good to see you. You've been a busy bee just lurking. That is awesome. I'm so glad that you're here, able to listen to the random babblings of an idiot who knows nothing about ponies. I know nothing about ponies. I know nothing about horses, but we're learning. We're learning. And Pinnell, yeah, you're right. Girl frights usually are over some idiot guy. That is true. Not always, but usually. Oh, see, Honda, thank you so much for throwing down all of the details. Yes, that is exactly right. Wednesday and Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Statterbox at the cinema, Saturdays, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. That is exactly right. I think I might need to create some sort of little world map because we do have some folks. We've got a Germany folk right now. We've got Terry in Scotland, which I'm going out on a limb that he's in Scotland at the moment. We've got folks in Hawaii. We've got folks we've got folks coming in from wherever. And so I'm starting to feel a little silly just using United States time frames. So I'm going to have to get a list of the equivalents for all over the places so I can include everybody. So, yes, Picola T, Mad Statter's watching The Descendants for the first time. Not right now, but we will on Saturday, and you really can't be that surprised. Picola T, you know that I don't see... If there's a movie out there, I haven't seen it for the most part. We know that, right? I mean, there are some, like Whale Rider, I had seen it. But come on, I don't... I don't see a lot of movies. So, okay, cool. Medium 7 up. We'll be here. Be right back. Let's see here. Yes, right now, this is true. Rick, thank you so much. See, Rick is being awesome. Right now, at this very moment, it is 6:09 West Coast time. So, whatever time it is where you are, Mele, an hour earlier than this is when the show started. And on Sunday, it's going to start at that same time, too. So, Cindy Krause, excellent. You haven't seen The Descendants either? Cool. So, we will be the first to, we'll be able to watch it together for the first time. And you weren't able to stay for Whale Rider, Michimama, but you saw it, so no problem. Awesome. Well, actually, even though I've got a list of movies that are still waiting to be shown, I would like to get a list together for movies that we want to watch again. And number one on that list for me is Whale Rider. I kind of plan on showing that movie again. So if you guys are in agreement or think it's maybe an okay idea to rewatch some of the movies at a future date, we're not going to do it tomorrow. Hit that, mention it in the chat. Let's see what movies that you might have wanted to watch again. And so, well, hey, Mele, obviously real life takes precedent, and I'm so glad that you are able to join us. And yeah, of course, normally you're not going to have time in the middle of the night. But yeah, if you can be here on the weekend, super stoked. But like I say to anybody and everybody who swings on in the chat, real life takes precedence. Real life is what matters. Online communities are saving graces, but when you've got real world things to do, you need to do the real world things. For sure. And so Michi Mama, exactly, you love Sam Elliott. I honestly don't know of a woman in the world who doesn't love Sam Elliott. I don't know if it's his mustache, because as Ann Ware says, it's his own separate character. Sam Elliott's mustache should get its own spot in the credits. Sam Elliott's mustache should get its own Hollywood Walk of Fame star, frankly. I don't know how the mustache would... would make an imprint, with the hands. Oh no, wait, that's in front of the Man's Chinese Theater, right? You don't have to put the hands in when you've got your star. But still, yeah, Sam Elliott's mustache should get its own Hollywood star. Yes. So, Darlene. Oh, okay, Darlene. She was in a girl fight, but not over a guy, protecting your sister. Teacher had to pull us apart. Then in the principal's office, had a black eye and my head hurt. Hair got pulled really hard. Oh yeah, there's girl fights don't happen unless there's at least one good grasp of the hair. Absolutely. So Kenny from the Cove, you dream of your book Get Papa turned into a movie with Sam Elliott playing the character Papa. There we go. Let's see here. So, all right, it looks like Medium 7 Up is back with the bees and the flowers. And C Honda, remember Sam Elliott in Lifeguard? No, I've never even heard of that movie. But let's see here. Picola T, anyone remember Mickey's Big Mouth beer? We won't be talking about those high school shenanigans. Shh. Well, Picola T, you see, when Vanilla Coke Pepsi first started mentioning Mickey's, and he mentioned 2-4 and Mickey's in the same sentence, I was like, are you talking about a 24-pack of Mickey's malt liquor? Because somebody like me, maybe, somebody like you, maybe, we might remember Mickey's Big Mouths. Yeah. They went down easy. That big hole in the top of the bottle really made for, yeah. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, Picola T. In high school, no. I've never. No, never. Never in high school. Yeah. All right, I might be lying, except for I am lying. Yeah. Gosh, I don't even remember Sam Elliott in Roadhouse. I do remember him in this movie with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Jason Patric called I think it was called Rush, about these two undercover cops in Texas who go through this town and just like basically, arrest all the drug dealers and all the drug manufacturers and drug dealers. While they do that, they end up getting addicted to drugs, etc. Super good movie. I have thought about playing it on Satterbox at the cinema, but it would definitely be one of those film noir Satterbox evenings. It's a kind of a dark movie, but it's a really good movie. And Sam Elliott's in it, so of course it's a really good movie. So, let's see here. So I do know a lot of niche vocabulary that you don't know. Well, yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Do I want to see your town? You live in a very historical place in the east of Germany. You moved here because I always wanted to be at this place. It's lovely. And yes, we do have Frankfurt, but I think that was just an accidental thing. Gotcha. Yeah, actually, seriously, Mele, if you've got video or even just pictures of the town that you live in and you are willing to share them with us, by all means, shoot me an email with the videos that you've got. My email is simply madstatter@gmail.com, and that's all one word, all lowercase, madstatter @gmail. Basically my username here on Twitch @gmail.com. And if you, I'm not going to be able to get to them tonight because I'm not fancy pants like that. But seriously, flippin', flirpin', forkin', yes. Yeah, I would love to see. In fact, I mean, that goes, all y'all know, right? I mean, I love it when folks send in the videos of their, either a little drop where, they're saying, hey, this is where I'm at, this is who I am, and you're watching Chatter with Statter, or like Poppy Shaney had today with just the random hockey footage. Now, I'm not a video editor. I'm learning a little bit, so I can sort of do stuff-ish, not well. So I'm not going to make your video look professional or good, but I absolutely would love to share any kind of video that you guys are willing to share, and especially for something, I mean, I know, Mele, it's not really like exotic to you because it's where you live, but shoot, East Germany, historical city, over here in the west coast of the United States of America, that's exotic. That's not something we get to see a lot of video footage from. So shoot, yes, if you are willing to share that with everyone here, I am more than willing to help show off your video work. And when I say video work, it doesn't have to be good. Like, I mean, make it so we can do try to do this kind of don't shoot it like this, shoot it like this, but other than that, yeah, let's do this, you guys. And this message isn't just for Mele, this is for everybody. If you guys have videos that you want to show off, then I absolutely am willing to show it off. In fact, okay, so Pecola T, you don't want to give anything away, but there's going to be a lot of onion cutting during Statterbox at the cinema this week. I had a feeling that it was going to be one, just like Whale Rider. You might want to have that Kleenex box just, on hand. So, but speaking of videos, speaking of drops, I happened to pull one earlier today that is a classic. It is the first drop that we got here on Statterbox at the cinema. Chocolat over there in Virginia doing this. So this is an oldie but a goodie, and by all means, you guys, let it be inspirational to you. This is clearly not fancy pants videos, and I am more than happy to share them with everyone.
Hello, chatters. It's Shakalaka at Eastern Virginia on what we call Mount Chickahominy River Bridge. So called because kind of high up. You're on a bicycle. It is pretty brutal. But I'm not on a bicycle today. I'm on my trusty little red motorbike, Aqua. And I'm going to send this to Mad Statter, see if she can use it. Shaka from Shakalaka.
All right, so you saw what I did with that video. Nothing. That was just straight out of that's raw footage right there. That's what we're talking about. I mean, it does not need to be fancy pants. And Mele, it is so awful when a horrible day bleeds into the next night, and so and you can't sleep. And so I'm really happy that you were able to find something online that is helping to soothe the inner beast right now. And that is something that I have found, and I think we've all found here in this community the last couple of years. Online communities can really help provide the mental health support that sometimes you just need, that giggle, that laugh, that interaction with another human being. In, the last couple of years, it's been tough for everybody. And so with isolation, social isolation, due to illnesses or due to the fact that it's the middle of the night and you've got nobody to talk to, I am so happy that you have stumbled upon this stream. And I'm even happier that the community that we've got here is is embracing you with open arms. You're fitting in great. You've got the vibe we're looking for, you know. Folks come in on Twitch sometimes being a little loud and rowdy, and we like that too. Folks come in from Twitch sometimes a little rude and rowdy. We don't like that. But you're just, you're coming in with the vibe, and I hope that we get to see you again, and I definitely hope that if you have some extra time on your hands and you want to produce some video footage, I would be super, super stoked to share it with everyone here. So, yeah, Michi Mama, I'm not going to argue with Kenny because he is right. Tom Selleck and Sam Elliott both have majestic mustaches, but Tom Selleck is kind of ick, in my opinion. My mom loved him, but he's just not my flavor. Whereas Sam Elliott, on the other hand, for lack of a better word, hubba hubba. And I don't really know why one is one and the other is not, because it's not like Sam Elliott's my age, right? They're both a little too old for me, and yet Sam Elliott's just like, So there we have it. Yeah. Picola Tea. Yeah. When Vanilla Coke first started mentioning the Mickeys, that's you and me both were just like, yeah, you're talking about the beer, right? The green, the green glass bottle, the little, I think Mickey's have a B as their logo. I can't remember that part. Yes, Kenny from the Cove, drinking Mickey's in junior high school and high school. You can neither confirm nor deny. Precisely. Awesome, C Honda. Thank you so much for throwing down the email address for that type of for where anybody who wants to send me some videos, by all means, send me some videos. And it looks like Matthew James Alsup. Sorry about mispronouncing that last name, sir. Thank you so much for coming in with a smiley face. You are now part of the Statterbox crew, and thank you, Rick, for reminding me to get the Lono music back on. I'm back on the audio track here, because remember, everybody, yes, Lono does graciously donate his music to our stream, and if you want to purchase his music, you can go to lonomusic.com, and if you are not in the mood for spending money, or you don't have the money, you can always check out Lono on YouTube at his own YouTube channel. His username for YouTube is Kaupe'epe'e, but for folks who don't speak Hawaiian or spell Hawaiian very easily, the easiest way to find Lono Music on YouTube is to simply do a YouTube search for Lono Music. He should be the first one to pop up. Go to that page, subscribe, and listen to all of the great tunes for free. There you have it. Let's see here. Okay. Or it's just a YouTube link for that somebody else did. Cool, yeah, whatever you want to send me, it's all good. That would be awesome, right? So it's a short video about your town with the historical buildings that you have, and so let's see. And yeah, when your friend from Vero Beach, Florida was here, he was blown away and said it's like a time travel to be there. So maybe I'll like it too. Oh, I have no doubt I will. So yeah, if you weren't the one that took the video and you just have the link, shoot me the link, no problem. For sure, I'd be super stoked to share that. For sure. Yeah, exactly. As C Honda says, we only get Terry and Scotland's computer generated crashes. So there we go. Matthew James, so you do like chat, so kind of had to drop in. Good, I'm glad that you were able to find us and join us this evening. We're going to be wrapping this up in about 5 minutes, but in the future, if you want to cross paths with the Statterbox crew again, we are on every Wednesday night and every Sunday night at 5 p.m. West Coast time, 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. I'm not sure where you're located, so if you're outside of the country, you're going to have to do your own math to figure out when exactly that is. We run for about an hour and a half on those evenings, and then on Saturdays at 6 p.m. West Coast time, 4 p.m. Hawaii time, 9 p.m. East Coast time, we do a movie show for about 2 hours. This Saturday, we're going to be watching The Descendants, and I hope everybody can be here. And so, And, and for those who are wondering, well, what do we talk about here? Rick summed up today's topics quite nicely. We started on ice hockey, and then we went on to ponies and horses, and then Sam Elliott's mustache, and yeah, so, we talk about a lot of stuff, and nothing, and everything. A whole lot of nothing, which turns into a whole lot of everything. So yeah, and that's exactly it. We've got folks from, as Darlene is saying, we've got plenty folks from Hawaii, plenty folks from Wisconsin, a couple other folks from the upper Midwest like Minnesota. We've got some folks from Texas. We've got some California peeps. We've got some folks from Scotland. Tonight we've got someone in from Germany, and hopefully they'll be joining us again. So we've got perspectives from all over the globe. And so, yeah, man. Okay, see, Nottingham, England. Perfect. Interesting. I have a friend who lives in Nottingham right now. She went to school to do some sort of programming, video game programming. And, yeah, she's been in Nottingham the last few years. So I'm not sure if you know Jess Scavalia, but if you do, I actually know Jess as well. Let's see here. Yeah, eMusic, I was wondering where Shaq was tonight too. I think she might have a dojo situation on Wednesdays. So I think that she is busy teaching at the dojo tonight. That being said, I might be making that up. Oh my goodness, we have a hype train going on. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm not sure what started that. Clearly, I have been too busy chatting. So let's see what's going on here. Going all the way down to the end, we've got Darlene with 100 bits. We have got Kenny from the Cove with 100 bits. And let's see here. Cool. Okay, so it looks like, yes, Brother Bruce throwing down the Lono stuff, and awesome. Looks like Brother Bruce has the Lono emote from OG Sumo Vibe. I have not been able to collect that one yet. He must have released that earlier today, and I did not get that. Oh, see, Honda, 200 biddies. My God, you guys, and another 100 from Kenny. I'm going backwards here. So, thank you guys so much. No wonder we hit that hype train. No wonder. So, let's see here. Oh, and it looks like Mele might have been the first one to start with the 50 bits. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, you guys. Yes. And, Pacola T, you're right. Chatter with Setter is supposed to be a safe place to hang out and chat. And so we try to be very nice and welcoming to everyone who comes in. That being said, there are some folks who have come in, and we've had to show them the door very, very quickly. But that was because they just weren't vibing, and I think you know what the vibe is. You've been hanging out here for just a couple minutes. You've seen it. You've experienced it. So as long as we can vibe, we're all good. Yes, so Mele, cheers to your English teacher 20 years ago who made you feel a passion for the English language. You would have missed so many great people without learning that language. Mele, I gotta tell you, I don't really know why you're concerned about your English, why you were apologizing earlier. You speak English and write English really well. Like, yeah, your English teacher did a darn good job. Your passion has created a darn good student. Yeah, I would never have known that you weren't fluent in English, frankly. And I think I'm so jealous that obviously you know probably at least 2 languages. I'm assuming you know German, and you clearly know English. I'm so jealous of multilingual people like you, people who know more than one language. That's just so amazing. I wish in America it was more common to have more than one language spoken. But English is so overwhelmingly spoken here. I know in various communities that's not really true, but across the board, pretty much, English is, it's the main language, and so you can get by without learning French, without learning German, without learning Spanish, and it's just, kind of disappointing, when you just don't do it. So, Photo Luke, no, you're not into guys, but you thought Tom Selleck was good looking as a guy. What do I know? Oh, plenty people think Tom Selleck is good looking. I guess I just prefer the mustache of Mr. Sam Elliott. And actually, honestly, I think as Kenny's pointed out, you also want Sam Elliott to narrate your life story in a movie. I think really what it is it's Sam Elliott's voice. I mean, his mustache is great, but it's his voice, right? I mean, it's his voice, right? See, and Pecola T's husband has a man crush on Tom Selleck. So there you have it. You can, and Pinnell, Tom Selleck's voice is kind of annoying. Yeah, it's not nearly as good as Sam Elliott's voice. That is for sure. Not even. So, and where you think Tom Selleck's mustache and Sam Elliott's mustaches should throw down and see which would win in a street fight. I wish I was a better video editor manipulator, because honestly, I want someone to make that video. I mean, it would all be Photoshop, right? But to have their mustaches fighting, that would be funny. And I absolutely would put money on Sam Elliott's mustache. So yeah, Mele, I will, once the stream is over, which it will be, we'll be wrapping up shortly because we're already over time. I will definitely be checking out that link for sure. Let's see here. Okay, so Cindy, Shock does have karate tonight. Yeah, that's what I thought. For some reason I had it in my head that her karate was on Thursdays. But then I realized, well, that's probably not right. So, let's see here. Holy crumb. So, let's see here. So, Cindy, I'm going to thank you for all those hearts, but I'm not going to thank you for the specific amount of hearts because there's too many and I can't count them. So thank you for all of your hearts, Cindy. Thank you so much. And Rick, thank you for gifting a sub to Mele. Fantastic. Looks like we've got Ann Ware with 200 biddies as well. And let's see here. Let's see what else. So, okay, cool. Michi Mama, 100 biddies. Fantastic. Looks like Love Pat is in the house with a wonderful little hype kitty. I love my little hype kitty. And actually, it's not mine, but that's okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I didn't. Obviously, if you want to cry with tears of joy, by all means, but I definitely didn't mean to make you cry. But I am 100% speaking the truth. I would never have known that you had English as a second language. So that is phenomenal. And what did I just do to get rid of my chat? That's not what I want to do. That is not what I wanted to do at all. All right. So it looks like we're still looks like a lot's going on and I can't keep my brain up with it. Looks like the hype train did complete, and I want to thank everybody for the gift subs, the biddies, and all the love. I want to thank everybody for hanging out here tonight, and I want to thank everybody who's new for coming in here and hanging out, and I want to thank everybody who's old for opening your arms to the new crew for the Statterbox, the new folks in the Statterbox crew. That is exactly what this vibe is all about. We want more people here, more people talking, more people chatting, because that's how the chatter gets to scatter. And that's how we learn all sorts of stuff. Like, today I learned that a pony is different than a horse. How on earth did I not know that? So, Huma Huma Nuku Uku Appa Appa, even though that's not how you say it. Huma says good night and medium 7-Up. He probably has to go moi moi too, because it's getting to be kind of late there on the East Coast, and it's a school night after all. So, let's see here. Yeah, you're good, Mele. You are 100% communicating super clearly. In fact, I would say you probably communicate more clearly than some native English speakers, but yeah. All right, we are 6 minutes after the bottom of the hour, which means we are 4 minutes late because we started 2 minutes late. So we're going to wrap this up, and I want to see all y'all on Saturday for Statterbox at the cinema. Thanks to Andre, we'll be watching The Descendants. Warning, there will be onions, and you'll need to dry your eyes. And then after that, we'll be Chatter with Statter on Sunday. I want to see you guys there too. Sometimes you can't always get what you want, but I hope this time we do. So, thanks so much, and I will see you guys shortly or soon, later, eventually. And yeah, I had a great time. I hope all y'all did too. And yeah, it's time to wrap things up. So, take care, y'all.